Hey and welcome. I'm your boy Solo. In this video, I'll be going over how to start streaming on YouTube and how to set it up step by step using OBS. Before I waste any more time, let's jump into it. First, a little disclaimer. Your first time setup, it will need a 24-hour period after your first time connecting and setting it up. So before you'll be able to hit the live and before you'll be able to stream, you will need to wait 24 hours. So make sure that you don't plan to stream on the same day that you're setting it up. So definitely that's something to keep in mind. So that if this is your first time, there will be a 24-hour wait period once you try to stream. So once you try, it'll activate it and then it'll make you wait 24 hours. It's inconvenient, but that's the way it is. That being said, make sure to try going live as soon as you can to get that there start and get that there part of the way. I'll be doing this when I connect to OBS. So let's just start there. If you don't have OBS, let's just jump over to obs.com. Once obsproject.com loads up, it'll give you a few here to select from. There's Windows, Mac, and Linux. So depending on what you use, for me, I'm just going to select the Windows one and it's going to download immediately. After it's downloaded, you're just going to install it like any other application. You'll click on it, you'll accept the terms, agree, next. So here to load up, we just click yes, next, install. Because NVIDIA Broadcast is running, I have Creative Cloud Desktop running as well. I have to close both of those applications to be able to run this here update. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You'll have to go and make sure that you close NVIDIA Broadcast and Creative Cloud Desktop, and then just Creative Cloud. Okay, once you quit those two, click retry and it'll install OBS. It's on 29.1.2 right now. This is only just going to take a few minutes to install. After it's done, just click finish and launch OBS. We'll do the OBS part before we go anywhere else. Okay, once OBS loads up, it's going to look like this here and it's probably going to open an auto configuration. If it doesn't, you can click on tools and you can click on auto configuration. If this is your very first time using OBS, I suggest clicking it and optimizing it for streaming and just click next and go through it. I have mine kind of set up, but I'll be going through the settings from scratch. First thing we're going to need to do is go to the settings. Now, before you do this here, it is a good idea to already be signed in to your browser and the YouTube that you're going to the account that you're going to be using for streaming before doing this. It'll prevent any errors or problems. All you'll need to do is go to the streaming tab, go to the service YouTube RTMPS and click connect account. It's going to try to log you in and you just select your account and click sign in. You'll have to click allow and then it'll say authorization complete successful. You can now close the page. Once that's done, that should be all you'll need to do. In here, we're just going to click apply and it's going to come up with our chat. We're just going to set this off to the side for now. The next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go down here to the output. Now, if you're just in simple mode, and this is your first time streaming and you haven't tested your internet, I would definitely suggest going and watching a video at how to set this here up correctly. A video dedicated to this here can go over the settings a lot more advanced and it will give you a little bit better understanding of it. For me, if this is your first time, I would just start at 2500 and if that goes well, try bumping it up and testing. Do lots of testing. So I'm going to suggest going 2500 and if that goes good, bump it up later on. You can try going with whatever the wizard, the auto configuration. If it's at you to 6000 bitrate, just leave it at 6000 bitrate. If you have problems, lower it a little bit. The audio bitrate, I'm going to leave at 160. For video encoding, for hardware encoding, you want NVENC whenever possible. NVENC H264. I'm going to use slow quality. I have a 3080. You might want to change this here. It might be a little bit harder on your video card. So for this example, we're just going to go with medium. I suggest that for just starting. If you have problems, you may have to play around with this here settings just a little bit. And for the audio, we're just going to leave it as AAC default. I'm just going to go through the basic settings. You can click apply after this and then all your settings will be set. Now there is an advanced view. I'm not going to go through that there because I'm just covering the basics for this one here just to get you online. This here is all you really need to know to get yourself up and going. The next tab we're going to take a look at is video. Now depending on what game you're playing, I suggest if your canvas is 1920 by 1080 and you're playing a high action pack FPS and your bitrate is 6000 or under, I suggest your output scale be 1280 by 720p and 60 frames per second would be a better option. This will look still fairly good, and if you have 6000 or under, this is all I would recommend. Now, if your internet is super good and very awesome, you can set this here to 1920 by 1080 and 1920 by 1080 60 out, but that's only if you have 10,000 bitrate or more. I definitely repeat that, 10,000 bitrate or more for that. 1920 by 1080 does not look good under 6. So definitely keep that in mind as well. If you have really good internet, play with these here settings and turn your bitrate up accordingly. So if you're going to have 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second, 10,000 bitrate or more. That's just my suggestion though. There's a lot of different recommendations around the internet. I find that really good for YouTube. And that's really all we'll need for here. After that, you're pretty much ready. You could just click go live and you're done. You don't really need any other settings. There's lots of other things you can play with in here, and I would definitely check more detailed videos out for that. I'll definitely be covering all of these things in a lot more detail later on, so definitely get subscribed so you don't miss that. Okay, so we're all done here in OBS. We're just gonna stick our chat here. Now let's jump over to YouTube. Once you're on YouTube, this is pretty simple. We're just gonna go over here to the right-hand side and click our avatar or our profile icon and the drop down here and just go to the YouTube studio. Once this here page loads up, it's gonna have a couple icons here up at the top and it's gonna be like upload and go live. We can click the go live. Now this here, if you've just barely set it up for your first time, this might load up with a screen that says 24 hours before you can stream, or it'll come up with this one here. So once you click one of these here, it might still make you wait 24 hours, or it might show up with the 24 hours still over top of this telling you need to wait 24 hours before you'll be allowed to stream. That is very common. I even asked support. I'll leave that here. And that is something that they did say. That's something that everyone has to go through. So that's perfectly normal. So make sure you do set this up again before you're going to go live. You don't want to do it the same day because you will have to wait 24 hours no matter what you do. Now, it does give you two options here. If you've already waited your 24 hours and you're in here, it's going to give you two options. One's right now. Now, if you have OBS open and this isn't actually live and you're not actually streaming to here, if you click right now, it's going to send out a live. You're going to be instantly, I did this here by accident and I panicked. First time I clicked start, it went live and I had to panic over to I had to panic and go over to OBS and try and get it connected because I was live for about 5 minutes just to a black screen because I clicked start now and I wasn't ready. What I suggest doing for your first time is click at a later date. This will just allow you to look through the things and the panels before you actually go live. So this will give you a better feel around. So we're going to click start on the later date. Now this is going to say built-in webcam, which you can do if you don't have OBS. That is something that is here and available for you, but I definitely suggest going with the streaming software because that's what we're doing. We're using OBS. Once we click OK, it's going to load us up just in the manage. This is going to be like events and you can click the schedule. So what you can do here is you can schedule your stream ahead of time to let your community know. So once you're in here, you can just click the schedule for 1 minute and it'll go live. So we're just going to go over here to the left-hand side and go up to the streaming tab. This is going to give you all your information, like if you need your stream key, if you need things reset, your stream URL, and your stream latency as well. There's a few other things in here like a delay and closed captions and a 360 video, but this is just pretty much giving you your information and you'll be able to edit it. So you'll be able to put your title in, your how-to style, and public. You will just want to make sure that you go here before you click live in OBS just to make sure that you're not on a 24-hour waiting period or will just have an error. If you see this here page and it's all loading fine, that's when I suggest jumping back over to OBS. So once we're over here in OBS, there's going to be a start streaming and a manage broadcast. Now the manage broadcast is pretty much this here edit button over on YouTube. When you click edit, it'll give you the title, the category, and whether it's public and things like that. So we're going to click on manage broadcast first, and we're just going to set this here up. Now there's going to be two tabs. One's create a new broadcast. That's what we're going to do because this is, I'm assuming, your very first time streaming. And there's an existing one where they have a kind of template set up. So if you hit the go live and don't do anything, it's just going to use the template that's already set up in place. Once you make one though, you'll be able to use it over and over again. For me, I'm just going to change the title to Overwatch Grind to level 200, and in the description I'm just going to describe it as the same thing. It's just Overwatch Grind to level 200 of, let's say, lo-fi, because we just be chill stream. Whatever you think would bring people in, make sure to take your time and do a half decent title. These are the things people are going to click on. That is probably important to make it something that's catchy, something people want to know, or maybe answer a question with it. If someone sees that, oh, the Overwatch Grind to level 200, if someone's interested in watching a Grind to level 200, they'd be able to come check me out. But if you make it too specific, you'll hit too small of a crowd. So you want to make sure that you put that to hit as much as your audience as possible. This is a poor example. I don't want to make sure that nobody's using this your exact title as an example. This is a very poor title, so make sure that you think these here out. For the privacy, just make it public. For game, you'll be able to click it in game. There's a lot of other categories as well, so depending on what type of content, what kind of content that you're creating, whether it's gaming, just chatting, vehicles, music, pets, I'm going with gaming. But there is also entertainment. So if you are more into like laughing and dying and causing mayhem while you're playing the game and not actually gaming, the entertainment might be a better category for you. So that's something to keep in mind. Make sure you watch your statistics too to see where you're actually doing better. Now the next one here is it for kids. You want to make sure that you click the no, it is not made for kids. You do not want to put yes, it's made for kids. You're going to get put in a category that's so small, and if you break any of the terms for the kids one, it's a lot harder. So definitely make sure that you click no, it is not for kids. Next on the list too here is the thumbnail. I think this here is pretty good. You can create your own thumbnail, you can get pretty creative with it, something that's catchy, and you can upload your own. I'm not going to do this one here because I don't have one created for this example, but if you're super creative and like doing that, this is a perfect spot to upload something that'll catch the eye. The last thing down here in the additional settings is the latency. I absolutely suggest changing this to low latency, and the rest of the settings down here I don't do anything with, like the 360 video and the schedule for later. The schedule for later, you could click this one here in, have enable auto start and auto stop, things like that there. I haven't really played with this here. I can just click the schedule for later and then schedule the select broadcast. Now you don't have to schedule it, you can just click create broadcast and start streaming. So this is a 2-in-1 button. Once you click this here, you're instantly going to go live. So I'm going to click it here just for the test, and it's going to load up here with it's going to load up the first time and just show you how this here goes. Okay, so it tells me I'm connected here, green light, that's good, and I should see it over here in just a few seconds. That lets you pop out your dashboard, that's cool. Let's just see your data. Okay, if something goes wrong, like mine didn't connect, next time that you need to go into it, you'll be able to go into existing broadcast and click on the settings and start the broadcast. This will let you give it another go. Okay, I was actually in the wrong account. I had to switch my account to click live. And when you get it, it should actually look like this here. It's a little bit better. Once it loaded up, it took me 2 tries. I had to just stop it and then keep this page loaded up and then just restart it. Once I restarted it, I had to log in and out in OBS as well because my account is so new. There was a few issues with it. Once that there was done, this worked perfectly fine, and this is what it looks like live. I was streaming the wrong account though. I wasn't logged in with the right one. When I click stream, it's still streaming to that one there. And I definitely see that some of the things didn't update quite the way that I wanted them to. So next time I'll make sure to edit it in here. It'll definitely start. So this here doesn't show right away. Definitely don't panic. Make sure to check your stream. There is ways to check by like making sure you check your notifications and just opening up your live from your channel. When you go in here, you can go to your channel and check out your live stream. Something you'll actually see when you go live if this here doesn't work. I think this is just a bug for me though. I've been doing a lot of testing the last little while, but that's it for this one here. I just wanted to make sure that I get you up and going. Once you're here and all set up and get your first 24 hours in, there's lots of more stuff that you'll be able to do with your stream after that, but it's getting past this here point, just getting your setup and getting going. That's the hard part. I hope this here helped you out. If you think I forgot or left something out, definitely leave it in the comments below. And if you like or found the video helpful, hit the thumbs up and get subscribed for more content. Thanks for watching.